to manipulate our sense of reality while we understand very little about what's actually going on. Our thoughts are not necessarily our thoughts, but implanted thoughts. So seeing is believing. But actually the truth is, believing is seeing. And that's a massive truth that moves us forward. What is reality? Reality is an illusion. The only place this world exists is in our heads. And even our head, if you go on to another level, is an illusion. We are consciousness. We are infinite consciousness. This quote from Goebbels about vitally important to repress dissent because the truth is the mortal enemy of the lie. Now we're entering the area of the biggest lie and the most important lie in terms of the few controlling the many indefinitely. And when we realize the nature of the lie, we can then take control of our lives back, collectively and individually. We are not this body. I'll get more into that as we go along. We are consciousness. We are consciousness that is connected to an ocean of consciousness we call infinity. We can perceive life as a droplet in an ocean. Oh, I'm just little me. Oh, what power have I got? You know, I was born in Leicester. I was, and I went to school, and now I've got a job, and I'm a droplet. But you can perceive that, and you will create a reality that reflects the way you see reality. That the perceived reality becomes the experienced reality. But if you perceive yourself not as a droplet, but what happens when you put a droplet in the ocean, there is no point where the droplet ends and the ocean starts. The droplet is the ocean is the droplet. We're all one infinite consciousness. Now, when we perceive life from that point of view, the last thing we think of is we are powerless. Is that we have to look outside of ourselves to be told what to think. And so the whole conspiracy at its really profound foundation level is to hold us in a bubble in which we are operating on a fraction of who we are. And they use the physical body, again I'll come into this in more detail, to be the block on us being multidimensional infinite consciousness that cannot be manipulated. We are energy, awareness. People call it consciousness. My favorite word is awareness. We're awareness. And, you know, these can be photographed. We call them auras, but that's just one level of our infinite energy field. And we are not the body. The consciousness works through the body, which is nothing more than a biological computer, fantastic as it is. And when we leave the physical body, even every form of life, that's a fingertip. This is a plant, energy, life force. Everything has the life force. And when that's withdrawn, or withdraws, then the physical side of it, which is a biological computer, disappears. What the Illuminati want to do, and have structured society to do, is to make us identify who we are with the computer. I'm David Icke. I was born in Leicester in 1952. No, that's the experience I'm having. I am infinite consciousness. There are very different perceptions of reality. This thinks it's small and insignificant. This knows that it's everything, like we all are. But if you can be held in the perception of the physical body, the computer level, then you can be controlled very easily. Now, I had an experience over the last week. My mother died. She was in her 80s. And I went up for the funeral. And I was asked if I wanted to go and see my mother in the coffin. Now, I would have said no. I want to remember her as she is. But something said to me, go. So I went. And there was my mother in this coffin. And next to her was a massive blown up picture of her with a big smile on her face, sparkle in the eyes. And I looked at my mother in the coffin and I looked at the picture. That had no life. That was full of life. That was my mother. That was the computer with my mother gone. And the difference between the two was so profoundly obvious. Because when we take a photograph of someone, the photograph also picks up these unseen levels of consciousness, the sparkle in the eye, the warmth, the vibration coming off you. It picks that up. And that life that was in that picture, what was in my mother for 80 odd years,
help by spreading this message. Share with your friends, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Turn on notifications to stay updated.